What is going on, ladies and gents? Michael or Legacy Kill HD back here today with another upcoming games video for you. And today we'll be discussing 7 of the most epic shooter games coming out in 2017 that you must know about. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what shooter game you're looking forward to the most in 2017 and why. Nonetheless, don't forget to check out some of the other videos in the series, but let's get started here at the number 7 spot with Battalion 1944. It's a multiplayer first-person shooter video game. The game will be set during World War II and will run on the Unreal Engine 4. You'll be able to fight in World War II battle locations such as Carrington and Bastogne. Some of the included weapons are the KAR-98, the M1 Garand, and the Thompson machine gun. Bulkhead Interactive, the developers of this game, are describing it as an infantry-based first-person shooter video game with an emphasis on raw skill. No grinding, no exosuits, just you and your skill as a player. The online portion of the game will be heavily skill-based, and the developers assured that any unlockables will not give competitive edges to players. The game will not feature traditional campaign mode as it is just a pure multiplayer game. And this title did start out as a Kickstarter campaign, but it went way past its goals, and so far it looks absolutely epic. I mean, this development team includes a bunch of former AAA gaming developers, and so far the execution looks grand. And I love the fact that this is a World War II genre. I mean, I know that a lot of these FPS games are moving forward with the advanced technology, but I love games that go back into the past. We actually be able to play with real weapons in a real setting. I feel like that's what makes the experience just a little bit better. And to the number 6 spot, we have Crackdown 3. It's a sandbox-style third-person shooter video game being developed by British developers Regent Games. The game focuses on Microsoft Azure-powered mass-scale destruction that enables everything in the game to be destroyed. Microsoft has said that this game will be set about 10 years in the future after the conclusion of Crackdown 2. The game appears to feature the return of the agent who's been the star of the series since the launch of the first game. Unfortunately, they did skip out on E3 2016, but they pretty much stated on their website that they're actively working on the game. It's just taking a little bit more time until they reveal anything anytime soon. So what we've seen of this, we saw all that mass destruction at E3 2014 and Gamescom 2015. It looks pretty cool, but it's going to be fun to see how it incorporates and how it will be working in a multiplayer game. We've seen other developers do this with all that mass destruction, namely DICE, so it'll be fun seeing this Microsoft exclusive and how it all plans out to be. And to the number 5 spot, we have Agents of Mayhem. It's an open-world action-adventure third-person shooter video game being developed by Volition. It will be set in the Saints Row universe. Agents of Mayhem is a spin-off of the Saints Row series, taking place after the Recreate Earth ending of Saints Row Get Out of Hell. The game's plot revolves around an organization known as Mayhem, and their goal is to stop the terrorist organization Legion from destroying the world's nations. The game takes place in a futuristic version of Seoul, South Korea, billed as the City of Tomorrow. The players control 3 agents at a time with the ability to switch between them at will. There are 12 total agents to choose from, each with their own unique playstyle and abilities. I gotta admit, I really am happy seeing Volition coming back into the Saints Row universe, not actually leaving it, and they're making a spin-off with this. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see the parodying that they'll do. That's what makes some of their games so much fun. Looks like they're gonna be making fun of Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's gonna be pretty cool seeing what else that they can do with this. And also, it will be an intriguing story seeing what it actually plays out to be, but I really am just happy seeing that Volition is making another game within the Saints Row universe. And at the number 4 spot, we have Days Gone. It's an open-world action-adventure survival horror video game in development by SIE Bend Studio. It will be played from a third-person perspective. Players control Deacon St. John, a drifter and former bounty hunter who prefers to live a dangerous life on the road over living in wilderness encampments. The game takes place 2 years after a global pandemic occurred which killed almost all of humanity, but transferred millions of those others into freakers, mindless zombie-like creatures that are quickly evolving. Players are allowed to use multiple ways to complete objectives, such as utilizing stealth for silent takedowns or taking the aggressive approach by using long and short-ranged weapons. Dynamic day-night cycles also feature in the game, which makes freakers weak and slow during the day, but fast and aggressive during the night. Vehicles such as motorbikes can be used to explore the game's world. Players are also able to craft new items to improve combat efficiency. This game has been compared to being a Sons of Anarchy meets zombies, which I actually don't think is necessarily a bad thing. It looks pretty epic so far. We only saw some gameplay at E3 2016. It was one of the big PS4 games that they actually announced and showed, and I know it is just another zombie game, but so far the gameplay actually looks pretty fun, and it's going to be a lot of fun to explore the open world that they create for us, and I'm also intrigued to see what the story will actually play out to be, and also what sets it apart from some of the other zombie games out there, because it is a crowded field. At the 3 spot, we have Prey. It's a first-person shooter video game being developed by Arcane Studios. The players take the role of Morgan Yu, a human aboard a space station with numerous hostile aliens. The player will be able to select certain attributes of you, including gender, and decision made by the player will affect elements of the game's story. To survive, the players control you to collect and use weapons and resources aboard the station to fend off and defeat the aliens. Also stated, the aliens have an array of different powers that the player's character can gain over time. One such alien has the ability to mimic everyday items such as a chair. And this remake is actually being described as more of a psychological game rather than a horror one. Years ago, a lot of us thought we were going to be getting Prey 2. We had that amazing E3 trailer, and then it got cancelled, and now we have this new Prey, which definitely is interesting. It's coming from Arcane Studios, obviously the guys behind Dishonored, so I really am intrigued to see what they're actually going to do with this property. And in all all honesty, I'm just glad that we're actually getting another Prey game, but it definitely will be interesting seeing Arcane's touch on this franchise and seeing the direction they actually go with it. To the number 2 spot, we have Mass Effect Andromeda. It's an action role-playing third-person shooter video game being developed by BioWare. It is the first time in the Mass Effect series to feature an open world. The game takes place long after the events of the first 3 Mass Effect games in the Andromeda galaxy. A new protagonist, Ryder, is designated as a Pathfinder, an operative tasked with discovering a new planet for the human race to colonize. Players will be able to pilot the new and customizable 6-wheeled buggy-type vehicle, Mako, to explore the new planets featured in the game. The game features various planets for players to explore, with each having their own characteristics. Similar to its predecessors, the game features a dialogue tree, choices, romantic relationships with companions, and co-op multiplayer. And oh boy, this game is looking to be one of the best games of 2017. Just from the trailers and everything we've heard, it looks like it's going to be amazing. I know some people have criticized BioWare in the past, saying this is not the same BioWare that made the first 3 Mass Effect games, but in my honest opinion, I really am happy for this. It looks absolutely phenomenal. The gameplay, the story, it's going to be a lot of fun to explore the open world that they actually created for us, or open galaxy I should say. It's going to be fun to see what each planet has and the different types of aliens we'll actually be able to interact with, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if they make any connections or Easter eggs or some type of mention to the original Mass Effect series. And to the number 1 spot, we have Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead 3. It's an open world western action-adventure third-person shooter video game being developed by Rockstar Games. In 2015, an ex-Rockstar employee, Danny Ross, confirmed Red Dead Redemption 2 was the next game. In 2016, it was leaked with an in-game map that Red Dead Redemption 2 was on the way. Multiple sources confirmed this, including Tech Radar. The leaked map contains information hinting to an Indian war that I actually discovered. You may actually want to check those videos out because they could be crucial to the main plot for the next Red Dead game. Months later, pre-alpha concept art was leaked showing the direction of the next Red Dead game. Take-Two stated we won't see any releases from Rockstar till at least April of 2017, but there has been some rumors floating around that the next Red Dead game would be coming in fall of 2017. But it is interesting to note that the first 2 Red Dead games, Red Dead Revolver and Red Dead Redemption, came out in May of their respective years. Some of the key additions to the next Red Dead game is that it will be much bigger compared to Red Dead Redemption, it will be a prequel, and the ability to swim and explore the ocean will be featured. As most of you guys know, I discuss a lot about Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead 3 on my channel. I really am pumped for this. I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal if they stick to what made Red Dead Redemption so amazing. The storytelling was phenomenal. The gameplay was so much fun to play with. The characters were intriguing to interact with, even the NPCs. The dueling was a lot of fun. The multiplayer, there's endless things. The hunting, the looting, the treasure hunting, the outfits. It was one of the best games I ever played. And the storytelling, once you got to the end of Red Dead Redemption, I don't even know the emotions that I felt. But when a game touches you in that way, you know that that game is something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. So this is definitely something I am amped up for, and hopefully Rockstar Games sticks to what it made it amazing, and hopefully it doesn't get massacred with microtransactions. And I know a lot of people want to see a younger John Marston or even a Landon Ricketts. Either way, I'm just happy to see that they're making another Red Dead game and we can dive back into that awesome western genre. Anyway guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you smack that like button if you did enjoy the video or found any informative value. Also drop it in the comments, what shooter or game are you looking forward to the most in 2017 and why? And don't forget to check out some of the other videos in the series. We've discussed some of the best open world games, some of the overall games of 2017. You're not going to want to miss those videos. But one more time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.